And
honestly, that AFK picture looks exactly like we feel right now.
after an extended break, sorry for that, we are now back and ready to conclude this adventure. Are you ready?
Ready! Let's do it!
All right, so no sleep till final boss, right? You're gonna no rest?
No.
All right.
No rest. I need Sheba. Sheba's gonna carry us, guys.
So,
all right?
Sheba beside you and your companions, all of you give each other a reassuring nod. No matter what happens, we will save the town tonight. That's a promise.
Alrighty. Before we go into the next room, I want to re-equip my totemic long spear.
That's fine. You just whip it around, and you are ready to throw down.
Throw down!
You enter
Alright,
the final
I still have
chamber.
my totem of Winter's Grasp, by the way, just letting you know that.
Excellent. You enter the final chamber, and you feel cold, as if it's in the dead of winter. The fog now reaches pretty much up to your chest and only wafts around when you move, which allows you to actually see the world. In the final room, there are several of the braziers aligned in a grid-like pattern
Christ.
all around you. Roll for your final initiative. Best of luck, friend.
Oh my god. Fucking... Oh, wow, that's a lot of braziers, man.
Your allies will protect you. They will not allow you to, what is it? They won't just leave you to, fend for yourself. They know you're the MVP, so they are protecting you like basically like your bodyguards, but...
Make sure that Sheba's with us as well.
Gotcha.
Now, I still have the Spirit of the Healing Flood active on myself.
Yeah, Xander and Kalavas too. They haven't dispelled it yet.
Okay.
So they still have it.
Okay.
They're keeping it on them until in a hairy situation. And she still has one more use of her healing word.
As do I. It's gonna be a tough fight, but I think we can do it.
You got this shit. You fucking badass. You got this.
Like when you get into a fight with your bae, so you gotta get all your side hoes to come help you out.
I'm a bit new in the dating scene, but I don't think bringing side hoes into anything puts out the flames. I'm just saying. I think someone's gonna throw a fucking TV. So, Lady Kalavas, at the beginning of her turn, casts Shield of Faith. +2 to your AC. +2 to your AC. Okay, until the end of the encounter.
Okay.
And she will just try to do her best. She's not having a very easy time taking out the braziers because she's not a combatant, but she will try to snuff this one out to give you guys more like a space to work with.
Yeah.
This time she succeeds.
I'm aware.
And snuffs it out.
Yeah! Alright, I want to call out to Berlo and Xander to try to take out these two right here. This one and this one.
Alright, affirmative. Yes, sir. I was like, right away.
It really does.
Okay, so yeah, they're prioritizing these two. They'll take your word. Moving on. After that, you hear a voice in the wind. So, you come here to die.
I have come here to restore that which is dead back to where they belong.
This is where you belong now. Here, forever. In eternal suffering.
Alright, Edgelord McGee, chill out.
The voice you hear, you recall hearing him inside of Mazari's visions in Felgor Mountain. It's the voice of Shaman King Mordecai, his voice dripping with venom as he approaches you somewhere within this thick mist.
I was really hoping that by fighting Kaiba I was going to get him back and I'd be able to use him for this fight.
Oh, I don't...
That would have been awesome.
Kaiba appears in his final form, his final corrupted form. And...
we're finally seeing his final form. Oh shit.
Yeah, out of his side, he seems like he's partially merged with the Shaman King himself. A Sverdnebly creature is partially emerged from the swarming beetles, and he holds a staff aloft, controlling Kaiba with each sway of his staff.
Oh hell no! I am going to. Oof. boy. Woo. I got my pimp hand ready. I'm gonna beat you. Ooh, I'm gonna beat your butt in the face.
While
Sorry,
they're bonded,
I can't even articulate. I can't even articulate how much I'm gonna wreck this guy's face right now.
all right. While they're bonded, Kaiba has an aura. When you're within the aura itself, you're feeling this crippling sense of sorrow and anguish, like as if emotionally a knife is being turned in your chest. When you're within it, you're taking psychic damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so Aura of Despair.
Really big aura.
That's what he does. He uses Alpha's Fury, targeting Lady Calavas and Burlo in sequence. No, now Lady Calavas, after casting Shield of Faith, Lady Calavas does not take the hit, but Burlo will take the hit. And he starts to bleed from the wounds. Kaiba's attacks in his rage are more savage than ever, and they deal ongoing damage. Burlo's gonna do, at this point he is being, okay, he's within the aura right now, so he takes psychic damage at the beginning of his turn. You see tears welling up in the side of his face as he stands within the aura, and he's racked with some untold visions that dishearten him greatly. No, that's not true. I've seen her. She's safe. She's happy. Get out of my head! He shouts in fury, and he takes a quick shifting sidestep and attempts to extinguish one of the flames. Successfully puts out this light. Most of Kaiba is now in darkness. Have at it. Xander will cut off his retreat. He uses Thunderclap, targeting this square here, which will hit both of these if he rolls.
I want to direct Xander to hit this one.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
This
He can
is
do
the
that.
only one. This is the only one he's connected to right now.
Okay, in that case, he's going to target this square and try to take out both of these at once.
Yeah.
Xander holds his spear aloft, this time twirling it around. You hear the crackles of electricity, like the first time you fought him. And he fires it. Please hit. Almighty Cord, guide my lightning bolt. Both of them are extinguished.
Yeah! Get wrecked!
Kaiba is now
play the game.
Kaiba is now completely immobilized within the swarm of braziers. Shaman King Mordecai is still bound to him. Like, move, you insolent beast! You are under my command. You obey me. But Kaiba now he holds himself to where he's standing, gripping the earth in pain. Free us! Save us!
I shout out, I say, no, Shaman King. He is not under your control. He is my spirit, and you will return him to me.
Rush forward, it is your turn. Free your wolf companion.
I will.
At the beginning of your turn, you do take that 10 damage, though, because you're within the aura. So move towards him and take that 10 damage and do your thing.
Okay, what's the thing that I do?
All right, so you rush at him, brace the shield, and get through it with your Arcana. You must penetrate his mental defenses.
Go! 24.
24. Excelente. You bypass it with ease. You're now face to face with this beast. The beast is trying to stand still, but the Shaman King waves his spear around, whipping him up into a frenzy, preventing him from standing still. How do you calm your beast?
Can I do a nature check to calm him down?
Yes, but you also gotta do something.
Like, I want to try to connect with him, through nature.
That's the thing, though. Like, that's the thing, though. You have to say something. Like, the thing is, I don't want you to just do a nature check.
I know.
I will allow you to do a nature check. Go for it.
It depends. Right, it depends on the kind of check that I'm going to do will determine what, I say and how I interact with them,
I will allow a nature check.
Like, if I do an athletics check to physically restrain him, that's going to change my actions versus doing a nature check. So I was like, these are the I'm trying to determine what check I'm going to do, and then I'll RP that out.
You know what? I'll allow that.
So can I do a nature check to calm him down?
You're trying to stop him from thrashing, so you can actually get a decent hold on him and make sure he doesn't hurt you. So yes, you said you want to do a nature check. How do you do that?
Yeah. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to put my hands out and make eye contact with him and try to connect with him through our spiritual bond in the past, through our animalistic pact that we made with each other, going back to our history. And I want to try to connect with him and his spirit by giving him, the same loving eyes, the same loving look that I gave him on the day that we made our pact when he became my spirit companion all those years ago when I was simply a young shaman in training. And I want to try to connect with him again and try to remind him of our history, of our pact that we made together, that we are in fact connected more closely. Even though he is under the control of the Shaman King, the bond between he and I is greater than any outside spirit may ever attempt on us.
Do a nature check.
Oh yeah. 28.
No, that's fine.
bad.
That is fine.
Yeah.
You hold him. He heals. He lays down on his belly, allowing you to come closer and touch him. The Shaman King continues to whip into a frenzy. He says, "You insolent cur! You will obey!" And Kaiba shouts back at him, "No, you've let hatred corrupt your very being. You've become everything you could have hated. I won't become like that. I exist." When the Shaman King speaks, Kaiba for a moment speaks with him as if a conduit for a moment. "I exist to protect my people, and they took away my people."
Yes!
No, dude, you're here. This
Yes!
is Shaman King. This is the Shaman King speaking right now.
No!
He says, he's saying this, and Kaiba is speaking right now. Hold on. "I exist only to protect my people. No matter what it takes, no matter what cruelties I must inflict, I will protect my people. But if I can't protect them, I will avenge them." You still manage to break through to Kaiba. Heal him. Purge the corruption from him.
I will. Here we go. Heal check, yeah?
Yes.
Oh my god!
Oh.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
You
gotta be fucking kidding me right now! This is so fucking ridiculous!
He reiterates his statement. "No matter how violent or how cruel, it's for my people. And anyone who tries to take that away from me, I will make sure you die screaming." You are blasted back. You're still one heal check away from saving Kaiba. However, you are going to take a hit from this.
Okay. I'll take this hit.
Take 27 damage.
I accept my fate.
Repelled back. Kaiba strains out. "I'm sorry.
As he blows me back with the psychic onslaught, the fur singed off of the sides of my face. My scars begin to glow with primal energy as blue ethereal spirit energy leaks off of me in the form of a sort of a tendrils of vapor. My eyes glow with spirit energy as I cry out desperately, "Don't give up, Kaiba! I'm still here, and I'm not giving up yet!" And I'm gonna claw my way back to him through the aura, through the force racking my mind, through the blood dripping from my fangs. In my long-toothed spirit form, I'm going to claw my way back to him and try again.
I think you're out of action, so you can't expend your action point, and I'll let you try one more time.
Okay.
All right. So
okay.
Do the heal check.
Here we go. Moment of truth. Hold on to your fucking trousers trying to tickle me because it's going down right now. Fuck. Okay, well, 24. You know, it's not bad.
All right, so you don't critically fail, but you will take that damage one more time. Because
okay.
Basically there is a cost to doing this.
Yeah.
But anyway, hang on. So when you place your hands upon him once more, he bites down upon your hand involuntarily. "I'm so sorry," and you feel that pain once more run up your arm.
I'm dead for sure. There's no way I'm gonna get out of this alive.
32.
Yeah, I'm dead.
You took 32 points of damage as you're knocked unconscious, and there's a massive blast of energy.
I'm dead.
You don't see the light as it envelops you, but you are just blasted back, and you go unconscious.
God damn it. I hope you're entertained trying to tickle me. I hope your suffering is entertaining you. Oh my god. This is fucking awful. Everything is terrible. Oh my god.
You're in a haze right now. You don't see anything. It's all dark around you as you feel this the feeling of earth behind you, upon your back, and this gentle wind breezing upon you. Where you're standing right now, there is no one else. What do you do?
I stand. Can I stand?
Yeah, you stand. When you stand, you hear from behind you the sound of pitter-pattering steps. Something in the mist is approaching you.
I look towards the area where the pitter-pattering steps are coming from. What do I see?
You reach for a weapon, but you don't have one. You're in the it's like as if you've entered another dream. The mist parts, and before you stands a snarling wolf. It looks like this mangy black cur covered just entirely in shadow, and it lurches towards you, savoring the meal to come, ready to devour you. And as it approaches you, the shadow fades, passing the threshold, and Kaiba appears before you once more. He says, "Thank you, friend. You've sacrificed so much. It's not over yet. There's still... We must free them from the cycle of pain." You look around, and where you were alone before, out of the mist, you see more of those moths that you saw before leading you. Mm-hmm. And you hear a different voice in the ether. So much pain, so much suffering. It's almost like as if you're feeling what Mordecai is feeling. This feeling of loss, of losing everything you ever wanted to protect, and watching it being snuffed away from you. Kara, as the moths fly around you wordlessly, Kaiba speaks to you. He says something, but he doesn't. It's not really. It's his voice, but it's not his words. He says, "They took everything from me. They took away my people's future, and thus I will take away their future. They wouldn't spare any of them, not even the children." And you remember. Do you remember what happened last time? When you were in the caves? Mm-hmm. What did you see?
In the caves? I remember being in the forest.
Yes, but you passed by the rock formations again.
Oh, right. And I don't remember exactly. I remember seeing the rock formations, and then they had some sort of depiction, but I don't remember what the depictions were about.
Cycle through your memories. They're half remembered right now because you are almost in a dreamlike state, as Kaiba is reiterating the words of this stranger to you, the words of Mordecai as he was trapped within him. They wouldn't even spare the little ones. And you remember, that's not true. You remember the cave paintings, the walls, the war, the slaughter, and you remember the last image that you saw. Horizon. You remember a steel man pointing a bloody sword towards the horizon, and many walked down that path towards the distant hills.
Right. Okay. So they were offering a path for to go to somewhere new instead of fighting.
Yeah, you saw. So what does that tell you about what Mordecai is saying? I lost everything.
Is that he tried to protect his people, but his people had an opportunity to leave.
No. You have to understand. They wrote the paintings on the wall basically showed depicted what happened to them. He said they killed everyone, even the little ones. But the cave painting shows a metal man. The Smurfnetli do not wear steel. They use they live off the land, and they use flint and rock and stone. Right. Sorry, this is the same thing, but you know what I mean, right? Yeah. You see an image of a steel man, which is usually depicted killing them, leading them elsewhere.
So someone took them away. So the little ones are still alive.
Having that
someone took them to a new land where they would be safe.
With that realization.
Because you said they took the little ones, right?
Yes.
So I want to make sure I get this right. So Mordecai believes that they took the little ones and killed them, but in reality, according to the cave paintings, they took the little ones and led them to a new land.
Yes, you realize that even within that war, there was a moment of mercy. Kaiba gives you a smile as his blue form completely returns. And he says, "There's still hope. Not all is lost. Let's finish this together, partner." And you hear another voice, Lady Calavas. "Return to us!" And she uses her last healing word.
Okay, I wanna do like the Jon Snow revival gasp.
Yes.
Sorry. That's how I want to come back to life.
Lady Cal-
Alright,
so
cool. I
you
come back to
regain.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go to a Temple of Sahedi to be like, yo, I just want to give you a heads up. Your priestesses are on point with them healing.
You
So,
regain.
props to you.
You regain.
Alright, I get a heal.
Yeah, you use your healing surge and you regain additional 17 hit points.
Nice. Oh my god, it feels good, yo.
All right.
That feels good. Alright, cool.
So, and when you wake up, your vision clears, and you hear a familiar voice that you not heard in some time. You turn to your side, and Kaiba stands beside you now. "Welcome back, friend."
No, not really. I come back and I gasp for air as I look around, and having gained this, oh lord, having gained this new knowledge, I look back at my allies and I look up at the Shaman King and I go, "I've seen it. I know what to do."
All right, so hold on. Something is happening right now, though. So
Yeah,
now
that
you've known this, you emerge, you rise triumphantly, prepared to finish this. And you hear the ground begin to shake. Mordecai now lies basically prone on the ground as this swirling beast stands before you right now. Its eyes looking eerily similar to the moth that you saw before. The two white eyes glowing with with primal rage.
Is this a moth, like a moth monster?
It was. It's still corrupted, but this
Okay.
is the final form of the Dream Eater. And
I'm sorry, I can barely take this seriously because he just reminds me of Papillon from Miraculous Ladybug.
oh, really? This is actually from. Well, the image itself is from. It's from. It's actually from Avatar. But anyway.
I know it's it looks like an Avatar spirit. I'm just saying, like when you think of like corrupted moths, I just think of Papillon, the villain from Miraculous Ladybug.
I didn't watch that, so I wouldn't know.
Papillon.
But anyway, the Dream Eater appears before you. The Shaman King lays in a broken heap on the side, and he is reiterating the same words that he said before, bitterly cursing you. "I will have my revenge. The rockfall will come to me, and I will reclaim this wretched city for my people." The ground begins to quake.
I want to call out to him when I have a moment to do that.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me just update the map. So this is the final stage. When the ground cracks, you see a massive opening in the ground. This reminds you that you instantly recall that moment in which, what was it? That moment in which when you first encountered the Dream Eater, the massive pit that seemed to go on forever, and the pit that Damien almost fell into. It's as if it rematerializes within the plane here where you're fighting.
Oh shit!
The Shaman King screams to the heavens.
Not gonna lie. That's a pretty cool throwback there, David. I'm digging it.
He screams to high
I dig this throwback. It's tight. Okay,
He
cool.
screams to the heavens, and the roof collapses open, bathing the world in, was it the land in light once more? So you can actually see everything now. But you are, it basically cracks the earth open, and he's basically invoking the Dream Eater curse to try to bring down the mountain, Juvelin, all of it at once in his final moment of desperate rage. The earth begins to quiver. The structural instability is starting to take its toll. The earth is now shaking, trembling beneath your feet.
Yes! Oh yeah!
All right. As the ground begins to quake, you watch as the ground, the hole with each passing step becomes wider as the Shaman King screams, "You took away my people's future! I will take away everything you hold dear!" And this is the final stage. You just acted, and Lady Kalavas literally just brought you back to life. This is the final battle. Whatever you have on you, it's what you got. Kaiba is back to you. Shiba is still active. Finish this.
Kaiba, my baby. My baby.
Beginning of his turn. Are you ready?
Alright, let's do it. Alright, let's do it right now. I think I can end it right now.
But okay.
In one big, swift motion, I think I can do it. But I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it my way first, and then if it doesn't work, then I'm gonna have to resort to desperate measures, which I don't want to do, but I'll do it anyway. Okay, Shiba. Where's Shiba? Because Kaiba is next to me. My babe, I love him. Thank you.
Shiba. Okay, so 3 meter will.
Oh man, this is an iconic, epic song right here.
Kaiba no longer has a turn because he's your spirit companion now. Kaiba returns to you and he says, "Friend, let us end this. No more suffering. We shall bring this. We shall. Yeah. What's up?
I want to place a hand on his head and ruffle his spirit fur, and now is really not the time. Well, actually, no, this is not the perfect time. I want to go like forehead to forehead on him, and close my eyes and say, "It's good to have you back. Now, let's end this once and for all."
I'm sorry I left you. That won't happen again. So the shaman. What's that? The Shaman King stands. He takes aim with his staff and aims it at Xander. Die, you metal man! And the bolt narrowly passes by him, almost attaching to his metal armor, and he manages to dodge it.
His Lady Kalavas kills her instantly.
The defensive buffs were a good idea.
Yeah.
The Dream Eater acts, and he still has his Aura of Despair. Aura of Despair still has the same effects, but yeah, he lurches forward, and when he stomps upon the earth, enveloping you and Burlo into the aura. Xander? Oh shit, all of them are. Xander, Kalavas, you and Burlo are within the aura, and he smashes his fist into the ground, and the hole widens. You feel this massive pull as the hole widens, as if there's this gravitational pull sucking you inwards. You're certain you hear the pain screams of tormented souls from deep within that hole. If you were to fall in, you will surely perish. Beginning of Burlo's turn.
Okay.
He is racked by the visions that the Dream Eater gives him, but he steels himself against it and lashes back. His attacks do no damage. It just pierces past the carapace and disperses as if he's attacking nothing but air. On the beginning of Xander's turn, he also takes the aura's damage. He sees some vision that you can't share, and he says, "No, Kaldor, I'm not joining you just yet. There's one more thing I must do." At the beginning of his turn, though, you notice that his... Okay, so right now, the hole itself is acting upon you. It's almost like a vortex. You see, before he even descends to move, he shifts one, he slides one square closer as if the hole is pulling him inward. He catches himself, moves closer to the Shaman King, but not too close, and attacks him with his great spear. He's like, "Leave us! I was like, enough people have died! Let this madness end!" His attack pierces Shaman King Mordecai, further weakening him, and he marks him. He says, Xander learned a great deal from you in the time that you traveled together. So he speaks, but it's almost like as if you're speaking through him. He says, it's like, "We've all lost someone. We've all done things we regret, but we can always stop. We can always heal." What was it? Or at least that's what a preachy old fart told me. He kind of casually snarks at you.
my fanged lips curl into a smile.
At the beginning of your turn, you take the 10 points of damage from the Aura of Despair. You feel this...
I also have Regeneration 4, so
Excellent.
I take 6 damage.
Excellent. And do an Endurance save.
Interesting. My endurance, I believe, is not terrible. 20.
All right. All you do is you are pushed you're pulled one square closer to the pit. Go ahead and act.
Can I end the effect, the Spirited Healing Flood, to give myself 10 extra hit points?
Absolutely. Go for it.
Awesome.
Excellent.
To use my healing word on myself.
Excellent.
And because I'm standing next to my spirit companion, I get a bunch of cool shit.
Excellent.
I gain temporary hit points equal to my wisdom modifier, and I also have 10 temporary hit points because I'm using my shifter form.
Nice.
So I'm like full werewolf right now.
Excellent.
And I gain 3d6 additional hit points. 6 additional hit points on top of my healing surge value. So 9 on top of my healing surge.
Do it, man. You got this.
Alrighty, and then I have 10 temporary hit points. And then for standing next to... So I stand up, and as I stand, my wounds are literally evaporating off of my body.
Mm-hmm.
The wounds are closing up as my scars glow with primal ethereal energy. As they glow the same color that Kaiba is glowing. As we seem to almost be synced in our essences. And in doing so, all of the wounds that have been inflicted upon me just melt away into nothingness. Uh-huh. As my werewolf lupine form, my muscles bulge and ripple with energy and force, and I let out a growling snarl. I will do this one time, and if this does not work, I'm going to end it. So I'm going to charge the Shaman King.
All right, you will provoke attack opportunity from the Dream Eater, but then let me resolve that, but you will arrive beside him. So the Dream Eater takes a swipe at you with a claw. 23 versus your AC. And you have a +2 because of Lady Kalavas. What?
Yeah, not gonna hit me. It's
Misses.
Not gonna hit me. With Lady Kalavas's bonuses, it's not gonna hit me.
Excellent. Go for it.
Yeah, so he attempts to swipe at me, and as I charge forward, I let out a blood-curdling roar, and in doing so, for a split moment, allow the hand to actually phase through me, because I kind of like sync the same wavelength as the spirit, and become transparent as the hand just phases straight through me, and I continue my charge at Shaman King Mordecai, and I will attempt to full rush him.
All right, go for it.
Okay, so this is a basic attack.
Yes.
Let's see. Oh fuck! Come on, baby, come on! 23.
23. That is not.
I think this is 23 versus 42.
No, that is not enough. He braces himself, and even though he's small, he is sturdy. He still has chains wrapped around his arms back when he was in servitude, and he has for a gnome, he is much burlier than you anticipated. He braces himself, and you are now clashed, holding staff against your spear and just pressing each other in this clinch. He says, "You fight for them? You're pitiful."
I lean close so that I can get like nose to nose with him. As I grab, like, my claws clenched down over his hands on top of his spear, and I go, "I know the truth of your people. They live. Your rage is justified, but they live."
Let's say, you would lie to me. You would say anything. Do a diplomacy.
Alrighty. I stare at him and I said, "Look into my eyes and know that they speak the truth." Diplomacy. Come on, man. I don't have great diplomacy. Ooh, 21.
21.
Ooh, 21.
He is disarmed by your words. When you, he thinks that you would lie to him. He thinks you would say anything just to make him stop because you're at his mercy right now. So he says, he seizes the clinch and holds out his hand. His hand is calloused from the days of working in the mines and from digging throughout the earth. Show me.
I don't know how to present him with the visions of the cave.
He is an angry. He's not. remember, he's not really there. He is a spirit. So just like the way you bond with Kaiba, the way you bond with the Dream Eater, the way you've.
So I'm gonna grip him by the sides of his head, with like envelop the entirety of the sides of his head, and like pull him to me as I put my forehead on his, and imagine the cave drawings in the cave that I saw, and in the hopes that I might be able to link with him spiritually, so that he can see what I see, like telepathically.
An Arcana check.
Oh, come on, baby. Ooh, 32!
Yes! Okay, he first attempts to resist, and you feel like this tingling sensation coming up your arms as if he's trying to invoke this magic upon you and hurt you. But instead, you steel yourself against this pain, and you press your head against his and show him what he has been blind to all these years.
You may deny the truth, but I will show you whether you want to or not. The truth is here. And I show him the cave drawings, the metal men that you so despise. They have shown mercy to your people and led them away. Your young ones that you thought had been killed, they were led away to a new life, away from war, away from death. They live. They still live to this day, and your death was not in vain. You wish to protect your people, and the steel men, the one you hate so much, they have done just that. They have protected your people. Even in war, even in death, there was mercy. There was change, a chance to change. For them, the metal men, they changed. Mizari, he changed. Azteca, she changed. Once the truth was revealed to them, they saw that there was a future with your people. They saw a future, something that even though you never had a chance to see it for yourself, you have always wished through your vengeance, through your blind hatred for your people, for the metal men. It was they who saved your people. Look upon the truth, Mordecai. You cannot deny it.
He sees the cave paintings that you showed him, the final cave paintings that were etched before the little ones were led somewhere far away, somewhere where no one could follow them and no one could do them harm, where they could find a future beyond their roots, a new future. And he is in the dream with you right now, in the memory. When he touches the wall, you see also his memories, and he's teaching some of the children. We keep our histories etched upon the walls that they may last forever. Stone will live beyond us. Therefore, our history will live beyond. So we must never forget what we put on here. For it is important to us to remember the pain and the suffering that our people have gone through, as well as the future that lays beyond. And he places a hand upon the child's head and pats it. At some point in his life, he was tender before he was corrupted by hatred. And he drops to his knees. I wish I could see them.
Remember, Mordecai. Remember who you were before the hatred, before the rage, before the corruption. You, above all of your people, you cared about your future and the future of your people. And they live.
I wish I could see them. I wish I could see them making new lives for themselves. But that is entirely up to them. I'm part of...
They have lives. It is because of the metal men that they live. Your hatred is misplaced, misguided. But that is okay. I do not blame you for your rage. I too have felt the rage from the loss of my people. But I did not let that control me. I did not let it consume me. And though you have fallen into the corruption, you are stronger than that. You can change as well. Let it go.
He collapses before the memory of the cave painting, and he begins to weep bitterly. He says, "Please be safe, little ones. Our future lies with you." "All right," he says, admitting defeat. "Okay."
I put a heavy hand on his shoulder, and I stand there silently for a moment, and I just kind of let him feel the emotions of, the old emotions, the good ones come back, and I let the sorrow, even though he's been filled with sorrow, but the melancholic sorrow, not the hatred, fill him for a moment. And I want to be a comforting hand in that moment so that I can help him in his passing of that.
He looks up to you with bloodshot, tear-stained eyes, and he says, "Thank you, merciful shaman. I don't know, we were strangers to each other before, but you had no need to save me like this, but you still did. I'm grateful. I will allow the nightmare to end. Let this madness end now."
I look at him and I say, "It is because not all nightmares last forever. I simply wanted to show you that you have been living your nightmare for far longer than you deserved. And I wanted to show you that at the end, there can still be peace."
Yes. Wherever the little ones are, I hope them a brighter future, free from our tortured history. Make something better.
I will find
Become better than us. Please.
I want to look at him with a very determined, serious expression, and I want to say, "I will find them, and I will bring them back to you, so that you may see the future of your people still lives on. This I promise you."
Thank you, he says. Thank you,
Now,
Karis.
be at peace, Mordecai. You deserve a rest more than any other.
He lets out a sigh and closes his eyes. His body begins to fade away as if made of mist, and the tendrils float away in the gentle breeze until he is no more.
Oh my god.
Return back to the cave. The hole has disappeared as if it was never there to begin with. Mordecai is also no longer there. So the hole has sealed up. You're still underground, but the roof has basically caved in, and there's like a path upward towards the surface level. People are now peering over it, like, "Oh, there was a massive sinkhole. It's like, is anyone hurt? No, we're fine. Maybe a little bruised, but I think we're fine." You see church members from the lady from the temple of Sahanin rise out, and you actually can see the spire of the top. Basically, you're near the temple right now. The Mordecai was one for dramatic irony, and to first collapse their pillar of faith would have kind of been like a you know what I mean. It's poetic.
Yeah. I wanna look up, and as I look up, I want to shield my eyes. I put my hand over my eyes to shield my eyes, looking at the townsfolk, looking down into the hole, and squinting because the sunlight is so bright. The light is so overwhelming, considering the fact that we were literally facing darkness just moments before. And I look up and I see the spire, the Temple of Sehanin. And I can't help but let out a chuckle. And I look over at Lady Calavas, and I say, "I will not lie, Lady Calavas. Although I am not a man although I am not one who worships the divine pantheon, this entire endeavor could not have been done without you, or you, Xander, or you, Berlo. This entire adventure, this whole nightmare that we have endured was because of people like yourselves. I was simply a conduit. You are the real heroes."
More than just a conduit to us, Xander says. Berlo runs up to you too, and he says, "You're our friend, and we trust you. Thank you so much for this. You've given our people hope." You look up, and the people are kind of crowding around. What happened down there? Is that Lady Calavas? And she turns up. "Please stay away from the ledge. It's very dangerous. We'll come up to you." We'll come up to you.
Motherly as ever. I look at my two newfound allies. No, my two newfound friends, Berlo and Xander, and I say, of all the things that we have witnessed, I hope this gives you perspective that things are not always the way that they seem, and sometimes being stubborn can get you farther in life than you think.
Couldn't resist a chance to lecture me, couldn't you? Xander kind of says sheepishly, rubbing the back of his head.
Can Kaiba please come over to me? I miss him.
All right, Kaiba rushes over to you and is like, yes, it is good to be reunited with you, partner. Lady Kalava suddenly perks up. Wait, the children. We must go back to the House of Healing immediately.
The children. Alrighty. Yeah, I say that, and then time skip.
All right. Hold on. I need to
So did I actually save all the children?
Yeah. No one died.
Yes.
Well,
I remember working so fucking hard.
Just so you know, like people did die, but like no one new died. Anyway.
Okay. No one under my direct jurisdiction died, right?
Yes, because accountability is all we care about.
It's true. No, it's true. I'm the healer. If people die under my jurisdiction, then I have inherently failed as the healer. So, hell yeah.
You rush back to the House of Healing, and inside you hear the sounds of weeping mothers and fathers, but it's not the sound of it's not sorrowful mourning. It's like tears of joy. You rush inside, like the entire families have rushed to the house, and all the children have woken from the Dream Eater's curse, and they're whichever ones half family are being cradled by them, whichever ones aren't are being attended to by anyone who's available.
I'm happy to see this occurring around me, but I see that this is all happening, and I'm very happy to see that. But I also look very quickly to Damien's bed to see what his reaction is.
All right, you rush.
How his condition is.
All right, you rush to Damien's side, and he's basically rolled up on one side. But as soon as you approach, he rolls back to one side, and he opens his eyes. They turn to you, and his eyes light up. He attempts to stand up, but his legs get caught in the tangle, and he's just fatigued, and he just splats in front of you.
Can I catch him? Please
okay, fine. Yeah. Okay, you catch him instead.
Actually, no. Even better, I want Kaiba to catch him.
All right. He reaches a hand out for a platform that's not there, and instead, Kaiba rushes up to him and prevents him from falling. He leans up upon him. You're a familiar face. Is it over?
I let the two of them interact for a moment as I just sit back and I just smile and watch.
He hugs Kaiba as Kaiba licks his face, and he turns to you. His face turns to sorrow. He's like, "I'm so sorry. I knew." He starts to stammer. He says, "I saw them. They would lead me to where it was, and I thought I could help solve the. I thought I could help you fight the Dream Eater." And
I shake my head. I shake my head as I approach him, and I place a heavy paw on top of his head, as if to silence him. And I go, "It is okay, dude. You've done all that you could, and it was enough."
He tears in his eyes. He hugs you tight as his tiny body can allow. Thank you.
He says, "You've done good work, Damien. I could not have done it without you."
In the distance, further down. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's it. We have succeeded. That's all I wanted to say.
In the distance, Estera also wakes up, the half-elf that you saved the day before, and her parents, Walda and Willem, rush over to them, tears streaking in their eyes, and they're holding her ever so tightly. And they turn to you and they mouth past. You can't really hear them because there's so many sounds and commotion going on right now. They mouth the words "thank you" to you as they embrace their child.
I give them a nod.
Damien says, I'd like you to meet someone, he says. He strains for a moment, and
Who says this?
Damien.
Oh, okay.
I'd like you to meet someone. He strains for a moment, and it's as if the ether parts beside him, and a blue moth materializes.
Shit! Is this a spirit companion?
Tell us your name. My name is Akash.
David. Wait, what's his name?
Akash.
Akash. What is it, like a spirit moth?
Yes, he is a spirit moth. He is the same visage as the creatures that led you towards Mordecai's resting place. This creature once belonged to the Shaman King Mordecai, and it has been given a second chance with this new with a new start. Damien is still untainted by the world. He still has an opportunity to make the world better. And Akash, beckons to you.
Emotions.
He says, "This is a new life for me, so it's all in a haze. But I feel like I've met you before."
Oh, I'm a glass box of emotions. Now, does the moth say this to me? Wait,
yeah, he says to you.
Who says this?
The moth. He basically rematerializes with half-remembered memories. He's basically been like essentially reborn.
Oh, Mordecai's been reborn?
No, Mordecai's gone. He's moved on.
Okay.
But the spirit that was the eternal spirit that was pledged to him, Akash, as it was named, is no longer part of him because the spirit bond's broken. But he's found Damien now.
Oh my god. My eyes well up with pride and joy as I look over at Damien, and I let a smile, obviously. I can barely contain my excitement, and so I just lean down and I just scoop up my charge in a big bearish embrace, and I just squeeze and I go, "I am so proud of you." I just shake him back and forth. Oh my gosh, this is so amazing. Oh.
All right. So, with the Dream Eater curse fulfilled, after the anniversary, do you want to? We can just move on past the scene. The anniversary of the rockfall.
Before we end, I want to say something. Is Lord Varric here as well?
Yes, Lord Varric is there, and he's speaking to his nephew Vlad, and Vlad seems to be kind of just like groaning audibly, but he's fine. He's just kind of bitching, like, I feel so tired, my headache.
I look at Berlo, and I look at Xander and Lady Calavas, and I say, although we have known to be nomadic in our travels, we do not tend to stay in one place for a particularly long period of time. I believe I've grown quite fond of this place. I think Damien and I, and Kaiba, and Akash may stay here just a little while longer.
You're more than welcome in this. This can be your home away from home.
Awesome.
So can we skip a little forward?
Yes, we can.
So, the anniversary of the rockfall, which is the very next day, comes. The people do their mourning. Xander visits Kaldor's grave. Berlo finally visits Lily's grave, his daughter, and they both pay their respects. At the end, Xander walks over to you, and he says, "Thank you for helping me let go." He says, I think Kaldor would not have wanted to see me like this. I wanted to help people, not hurt people before. I think I'm ready to let go of this. And he hands you his spear.
Really? I was actually kind of hoping I would have taken the Shaman King spear, but this one's cool too.
Oh yeah, the Shaman King is dead. He's a ghost.
Like, can I take the Shaman King spear? That'd be cool. No,
So
no,
you
okay.
are getting a spear that can be used as a totem. But it has lightning abilities. You've seen him demonstrate it throughout the game. He gives you what's called a Sky Splitter spear. I'll describe to you what it does later, but it is lightning affinity. And he says, I think he turns to Lady Kalavas and he says, I think I'm going to continue living the way I wanted to, with his spirit at least. Basically he's going to relinquish his spear and kind of do you remember when he told you he wanted to join the clergy before the rockfall, and he turned into a knight instead because shit happened. He's basically gonna resume that dream, so he's gonna rejoin the temple and try to help people as opposed to harm them, as he's so accustomed to doing.
I will make sure to take the burden that you have carried with you all of these years. This burden the fact that you are able to lift it from your shoulders and that I was able to help you is a great honor for me.
Pleasure
I look at
was
the spear
all
and
mine.
look at him and I say, though your journeys may have ended, I will ensure that this spear, every time I use this spear, I will be thinking of you.
Don't be a stranger.
Oh my gosh.
Don't be a stranger. Karis, Moonspeaker. And with that...
And I say, and I put a hand on his shoulder. Again, a heavy hand. A familiar, heavy hand on his shoulder. And I go, well, I don't actually see his name anymore. Where's his name at?
Oh, my bad. It's just Xander. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Mano something around there.
Manolis. Yeah.
Manolis, okay. So I put a hand on, I'll put a hand on his shoulder and I say, it was an honor to serve beside you, Xander, knight of this village.
Juvelin. Knight of Juvelin.
Juvelin, thank you, Xander, knight of Juvelin.
Pleasure was all mine, Karis.
Alrighty, so I nod and I let him go on his way. Can I talk to Berlo for a minute?
Yeah, go ahead. Berlot's looking around with a forlorn look. He is happy, but he misses his daughter, but he will carry on without her. She would have wanted that. He will continue what he does best, protect people. So he will maintain his tenure as a guard for as long as his body will allow him, because this is the life he knows.
Yeah. I come over and I say, considering all that we've been through, Berlo, I'm amazed that you can still stand.
It's like, it says, I'm afraid that if I fall asleep now, I might never wake up. I'm kind of dizzy right now. It's been quite an ordeal. I think I need healing. He rushes over to one of the bedsides just as being evacuated and lays down upon it. It's like, the children are fine. Someone heal an old man, please.
And I go, oh, quit your complaining. If you're able to withstand the nightmare as you've done, then your body has many years left of fight in it.
Hopefully not many more.
I laugh. Yeah, so with my allies being in good condition and the children being safe, I actually want to take this time to stay in Juvelin and train Damien and get him familiarized with Akash. I actually want to spend some time, getting to know Akash myself.
Yes.
And having Kaiba and Akash talk and things like that. And yeah, just continue his training here for a while. And when adventure calls me again in the future, then they'll know where to find me.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So, and with that, Karis, Moonspeaker, wise and powerful shaman, ends our quest. You have defeated and absolved the Dream Eater and saved the people of Carafel Plateau. They may know peace again and many nights of pleasant dreams.
Awesome. That was so awesome, David. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Congratulations, you have completed the dream. Was it Restless Spirits, the solo campaign? Damien has acquired his permanent spirit companion, and everyone is safe.
No one is ever taking him away from me ever again. I swear to fucking god, I'm a bite a bitch.
No, I'm only gonna do that once. It becomes a gimmick if I kidnap him, Princess Peach.
Okay,
so don't worry.
But really fast, though, quick shout out to trying to tickle me, man. Thank you for sticking around for this whole adventure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, like. You are the real MVP. Like, thank you for sticking it out, because it was 10 times more fun getting to hang out with you in this stream as well. So like getting to play, but also getting to talk to you was also super cool. So thanks so much, dude, for sticking with us.
You're trying to tickle me. You're awesome. Thank you for watching, and I hope we can entertain you more in the future. But because I love D&D, this guy loves D&D, and we're gonna keep playing until we're unable to see our character sheets, and even then we'll beam it into our brains somehow.
So, just quick question. I know this is super meta.
Yeah.
But did I level up?
Yes. Oh, dude, you are level 15. No problem. Whatever comes with it.
Yes!
I will. You'll get new items too. But the one special item you have is Xander gives you his Sky Splitter Spear. It is a wondrous item. I'll give you the details when I am bothered. You can fully upgrade your gear too. The city is indebted to you, and they will. You know, they'll help you best they can.
I get a new daily power.
Excellent. Congratulations, man.
Thanks, dude. This was such a great adventure. Yeah, it had its ups and its downs and its narrow misses, and I died twice.
3 times actually. You got knocked out the spiders. You got knocked out by. Oh no, just twice.
Yeah, just twice. It was once. When, let's see, when I died against the spiders, what happened? How did I come back to life?
The first time it broke your spirit totem, and the second time the first time it broke your enchanted marionette, and the second time you actually went down, and Xander force-fed you a potion.
Okay, so I don't actually have it anymore. I just want to double check, so I don't have my enchanted marionette any longer.
If we do play again, which I'm hoping we do in the very near future, let's like restructure a bit, because I know because the years have passed, we've kind of let like character sheets and everything kind of get disorganized. We will consolidate before we resume again. But that being said, I'm really glad we could play, man. I'll be getting your feedback after this, but I think this is a good time to adjourn as far as the stream is concerned. Thank you everyone for sticking around, especially trying to tickle me. I don't care if you want me to stop giving you credit. You fucking awesome.
You earned it, man. You earned it.
Like I'll give you accolades, but thank you so much for watching, and I hope you can join us for the next stream. This was go ahead and introduce yourself again if you want.
So my name's Evan. You can find me you can find me on Twitter at relevantevan, and Instagram and all that. But yeah, I also run my own D&D adventures, which actually we are going to start putting up animations of really soon, believe it or not. So we're doing like a pseudo comic animation to my current campaign that's going to be coming out probably by the end of the year. So stay tuned for that, because that's really exciting. So, dude, but awesome. Dude, like you've honestly, after this adventure, you've made me fall in love with Karis all over again, and now I want to keep playing with him. Like I don't want this to be just like a one-off type thing, man.
I got you.
I want to keep playing with him. I'm in love with him again. I'm like emotionally invested in him again. You know.
The adventure will resume. Karis
for sure,
is going to rest.
Yeah, we'll get that.
Karis will rest for now, but his adventuring days are not over yet. Not by a long shot.
Alrighty.
With that being said, this is the Dice Prophet. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, game on, and may the dice lead you to victory. Peace out, everybody.
Later.